Democrats who broke quorum last year might finally be assessed penalties for their actions. This is Friday, March 20th, 2026.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Well, thanks for starting the end of your week with the Texas Minute. Texas Scorecard offers a paid fellowship program for Texans aged 18 to 25. If you know someone who might be interested in a career covering Texas, then have them check out the fellowship program at texasscorecard.com. That's texasscorecard.com. Let's get into today's news. It's been 229 days since Texas House Democrats first broke quorum in their failed attempt to block Republican-led congressional redistricting last summer. Now, the Chamber's Administration Committee has announced it'll meet next month to discuss penalties. The hearing is scheduled for April 10th, which will be the 250th day since that quorum break began. The committee will consider financial penalties for members that were absent from the House during the first and second special sessions. The new congressional maps, of course, were eventually approved and upheld under judicial scrutiny and are now in effect for this 2026 election season. Despite Governor Greg Abbott's request at the time that Democrats be punished, the GOP caucus chose not to do so. Following the Democrats' return, several attempts were made to punish lawmakers involved in the quorum break and to increase penalties to prevent such actions in the future. Republican voters have been increasingly engaged in the operations of the Texas House. During the March GOP primary, voters overwhelmingly approved a non-binding resolution calling for the Republican-controlled legislature to stop awarding leadership positions, including committee and subcommittee chairmanships and vice chairmanships, to the Democrats. According to the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, Islamist ideology poses a fundamental threat to American freedom. At the Senate's Worldwide Threats hearing, Gabbard, who moved to Texas in 2024, warned that Islamist movements are a central long-term danger and that groups inspired by Sharia-based ideology threaten Western civilization from within and from without. Activists and lawmakers contend that a rising Muslim population combined with federal border and refugee policies is reshaping Texas's identity, describing Islam not as one faith among many, but as a rival political and legal project. Governor Greg Abbott has declared the Muslim Brotherhood and the Council on American Islamic Relations as terrorist organizations under state law, while Attorney General Ken Paxton has worked to block a planned Muslim-exclusive development in North Texas. Earlier this month, State Representative Brent Money of Greenville and several other Republican lawmakers launched the Sharia-Free Texas Caucus. They contend Sharia is incompatible with the constitutional protections afforded to U.S. citizens. The Texas Minute will be right back.
News and analysis on what's happening in Texas. End your day with daily headlines from Texas Scorecard. Every day at 5 p.m., join me, Brandon Waltons, as we recap the biggest stories of the day and talk about why they matter to you. From the state capitol to town hall, there's no shortage of events happening. Keep up with it all. Watch and subscribe to Daily Headlines from Texas Scorecard.
A federal court has permanently dismissed a shareholders' lawsuit against members of Southwest Airlines' board of directors under a newly passed state law designed to block frivolous litigation. The new law allows Texas corporations to impose stock ownership thresholds for when a shareholder can sue on behalf of a corporation against its directors. At issue is a 2025 action in which a shareholder tried to sue directors over the profitability of the company's bags fly free policy. In order to file a derivative action, Southwest's threshold had been set at 3% or 17 million shares. The shareholder bringing the action had just 100 shares, and so the court rejected his lawsuit. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Addie Hovland, Daniel Greer, and Travis Morgan. Nick Shepard handles the production duties. If you enjoy the Texas Minute, please give it a rating, and if you have time, leave a review. We appreciate the feedback, and it helps others find the show. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great weekend.